Go Kart Brothers.
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 Well, howdy, go-karts and brothers and go-karts and sisters, and do we even bring attention to that stuff?
The whole gang
here with people,
mm-hmm.
and someone who hasn't been here in a while. Not just us, because we haven't been here in a while either, but neither is Mr. Slurm.
The
Steve.
prodigal son returns.
Hi, how's it going, Brent? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Is your mic? Did you color coordinate with your mic screen? Your mic looks yellow to me and your shirt looks yellow. Is that right? Or is it my color blindness?
Yes, my mic is yellow.
So do you change colors depending on which shirt you wear or depending on which mic thing you have on?
That's dedication if you do.
Is.
That's why we do it.
I'm just going to take off my shirt for this episode.
I feel inadequate.
Jason?
Yeah.
You look good.
Oh, thanks, man.
How you been?
I've been good. I've been, living life.
Mm-hmm.
Are you caught up on sleep yet?
No, never. New working hours are early, so.
What time are you getting up in the morning?
4:30.
You were getting up. What time were you getting up before?
5:30.
Okay. That sucks. Is that are you tired when you wake up?
Yeah. And a lot more physical activity at my new job, so it's.
So you getting used to it, or is it still?
I've lost 10 pounds.
Nice.
So there's that. There's the silver lining.
And that's not from the Pokemon stuff we'll talk about later.
No, it's not.
You have a heavy job duty, as we would say in the disability business.
Is it?
I'm guessing you would.
Sure. I do a lot of my previous job. I was a maintenance planner, I was basically like the systems coordinator guy for the maintenance department. Now I'm a maintenance technician, but mostly doing fabrication.
Getting your hands dirty.
Get my hands dirty. Mostly doing fabrication for engineering and stuff. So
getting down with the earth. Well, speaking of sleeping or not sleeping, I found out I'm like the worst patient in the world.
Oh yeah, you did one of those things, right?
Last night I did a sleep study, and I don't know if y'all have ever stayed in a really, 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 really shitty hotel.
Yep.
Really shitty. And then imagine that Satan took it over and wanted to make it worse. That's what these rooms are like.
Are you sure you were at a doctor?
I'm not. I think maybe I slipped into a meth den or something. I mean, even the TVs, they were 10-inch flat screens. Why even make 10-inch flat screen TVs?
Did you guys ever watch The Office, the American version?
Yeah,
that's the only version, right?
There was that episode where Steve Carell's character had people over from work, and he was bragging about his flat screen, and it was a 10-inch. They all came in, but he was so proud of it.
And now I see why. Because man, I didn't turn it on. I figured it wasn't really even worth it. Why? What are you going to see on there?
Did you have to take something to go to sleep?
I needed to.
Yeah, actually, I always wondered that. I've never done a sleep study, but I would have trouble.
No, they put a bunch of wires on me, and I'll just say my nurse really wasn't the friendliest lady in the world, even though she loved my jokes. I killed my jokes.
It's nothing but a 10-inch TV to watch.
Killed. Yeah, no, I think they play poker or something while they watch they don't do shit because they put the wires on me and make me feel okay, don't bother us and make us come take this crap off so you can go take a dump later on tonight. And then I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me to take a dump before you put the wires on? That might have been the smart solution, but no. So they waited till, they put me in this bed with these wires and finally I go to sleep, I guess. I feel like I'm there 10 hours just laying there with this crap everywhere, Vaseline in my hair sticking up. with wires here and my legs and the thing on my finger.
I'm starting to swell up.
And I just can't sleep. It's like Christmas Eve. I'm just sitting there, but then I wake up, right? Because I obviously I fall asleep.
Is Vaseline a tradition in the Brent house for Christmas?
Fuck yeah! That's how
Hey,
we
kid,
do it.
put
We
the
don't need the red
Vaseline
suits.
down, Santa's coming.
That's why we saw Mama kissing Santa by the Christmas tree, and then we went upstairs and used our Vaseline. Isn't that the second chorus?
I think so.
Anyway, so then they come in and they're like, we're going to put the sea mask PAP thing on you. And so they put this thing on you and it like just suffocates your head and feels like you can't breathe. And they're like, breathe through your nose and run. And you're like, I got to take a dump. Wait, no, you left. So then you're trying not to die because this thing's like sucking or it's blowing air in you, but it feels like you can't breathe and you feel like you're going to die. And you got to take a dump and like seriously, I wanted to rip it off my head, so I'm waving to like the camera and going, "Excuse me, nurse. Hello, nurse. I need to use the nothing."
Quite a sight.
Nothing. So finally, I'm just gonna do it, and so I just like start just trying to go to sleep. No, but like an hour later, I'm like, I really got to shit now. So I'm like waving and yelling again, and finally she comes in and acts like I'm an asshole, like, and I'm like. Anyway, so that was that. And
So it went well.
yeah, I made some lifelong friends.
I bet. Did you score anything while you were there?
No.
We'll talk after.
I don't want to do a sleep study.
I don't either. It's not good from his description.
It wasn't. I'm really not looking forward to putting this mask on every night.
Oh, that's what it is. I just figured it out. They have you come in there and they put you through all that shit, and they're thinking, if this guy falls asleep, he's fine.
Yeah,
That's all.
maybe.
That's all it is.
Maybe.
It's a test.
Well, I don't know if I failed it or not.
Hopefully, there's video of it.
Of me like waving. I did this.
Vaseline in your hair.
I actually did this. Like when I can't get her attention, I'm like, well, maybe I'd throw some humor in. I'm like, Luke, I am your father with this mask on.
Fucking crushing it there.
I fucking did it, and then I was kind of a little embarrassed, like, oh, maybe. Hopefully they don't like go, oh, yeah, no, we haven't seen that one before and walk back there at that point. So I kind of chilled for a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't. Your jokes weren't landed.
No, it was the lack of oxygen.
It sounds really sketchy, the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my sleep study. So how's everybody doing on, I don't know whether to go Overwatch or, see, I want to talk about Pokemon Go, but I'm hoping that Shannon shows up at some point.
Yeah, so Shannon's computer decided to install Windows 10 right before we recorded, so I'm thinking she's not going to make it. So we can talk about whatever, and if she joins, she can throw in her opinion.
Sounds good. Well, what do y'all want to talk about?
We can talk about Pokemon Go.
What do you think about Pokemon Go?
I haven't gotten into it a ton. Shannon is way more into it. She got back from her evening walk she's been going this week, just a little bit ago. I don't know. I kind of put off trying it because I was worried about getting too into it and disrupting my life, which it kind of sounds like it is doing with Shannon. So yesterday we went to dinner and she drove there, and she was at her phone the whole
swerving
dinner. No, she didn't then, but I was thinking, I'm amazed that she didn't ask me to drive so that she could dick around. And then like 2 minutes later, she's like, can you drive home? And I'm like, what? And she's like, but take the long way. She told me like what road to take home. And I'm like, why? She's like, I just don't feel like driving. And I'm like, no, you need to say it before I drive. You need to admit why. And she's like, I want to play Pokemon. I'm like, all right. So I actually started it yesterday, and as soon as I was playing, I ran into technical issues that just kind of destroyed anything I was doing. So it was kind of a bummer. But today I do some errands and I got a little bit more into it, and it's really neat. Like how they set up the landmarks and all that on the GPS. That's really, really cool. I'm not really sure how much of a game there is for there right now.
There's
Yeah.
really not. I mean, that's the thing. It's actually kind of a shitty game, but just kind of just catching the shit is kind of where I think it kind of grabs you. Like you got to have your thing on to see it, right? So it keeps you from like playing the other games that you would play. But it's kept me from the rival game a little bit because, yeah.
Well, that's the
catch
other
them
thing.
all.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You have to have it like actually running with your phone turned on for it to even alert you like that there are Pokemon around.
Yes.
And to walk to incubate your or hatch your eggs, it also has to be running.
Yes.
That sucks.
Yes. Now you can just put it on the top of a turntable or tie it on a rope to your
Right,
fan
if you're
and
a
just let that
monster, you can do that, yeah.
spin, and that'll get you your incubations.
I bought a paint shaker. No.
Yeah. So I thought about like I go running 3 times a week, and I thought about doing that, but I'd have to have it like open with my phone turned on.
Yeah. Well, there's a power save mode where when you turn your phone down, like how you would normally put it into your pocket,
Yeah.
it turns the screen black, but still counts the steps.
Okay, maybe I can do that. But see, the other thing I'm worried about, so Shannon's been going for walks, and that's cool. I do runs, and I'm worried about
her asking you to carry her phone with you every time you go on a run?
No, I don't care
That's
about
what
that.
I
She
do.
can do that, but like,
Start a service.
I'm worried about it distracting me too much and throwing me off my pace because I'm stopping way too often. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, okay, so the one thing that might help you with that is once you like toss the first ball or once you click on the Pokemon, you can keep running. Like you don't have to actually stop and wait. You can actually keep going as long as you want and keep throwing balls until you get it. Like even if you miss and it jumps out.
I did that in the car on the way home because we went out after work, and I like that. I could do that as long as I'd have to be very disciplined and not veer off of my the way I'm going or whatever to chase something. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you should start a service. Just start a Pokemon Go service. Like I will incubate your eggs.
phones.
I run, 5K a day, and so just. I will run by your house or you come by my house and drop it off and I'll run with your phone.
I mean, that's a really niche market since it'd have to be like immediately around my house.
I don't know. Yeah, but man, this I don't know if it's
everywhere.
the same with y'all, but like our local park, it was like there was a festival going on.
No, I saw Shannon on her walk. I haven't talked to her since she got home today. But yesterday she was saying I was talking to these people I never would have talked to. Like there's everybody you could tell what they're doing. It's crazy.
Like this. Where's
she went for a walk
click.
she works at a university and she went for a walk on her lunch and she was just saying about like the multiple people she ran into who had lures out and she was talking to.
Yeah. I mean and that's one of the things I like about it is it's kind of the first activity that have gotten my kids wanting to like leave the house and go do something and go walking.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so we've been kind of promoting it. My wife actually started playing. She wouldn't play Ingress with me, so this is kind of cool to have a game that she'll play. And I look over and she's like trying to catch some Pokemon, and so that's been fun.
Yeah, I like one of my coworkers who I'm friends with. She doesn't really play anything, and she's super into this, and she was like giving me crap yesterday for not playing it. And it's just weird to see. It's cool to see people like that who are getting into some sort of gaming with the game. I just hope they add. It seems like my nephew is into it a ton. He was saying that they're adding a lot more features down the road.
Yeah, I would assume they would. Hopefully. They didn't so much with Ingress. They added new items, but this is Pokemon, and so
There's a
I'm
lot
sure
more
Pokemon
they can add.
Yeah, because they've only added the first
The original,
edition, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they'll add tons more as we go. I wonder, with the rate they add, I wonder how popularity will be like a month down the road, a couple of months down the road.
It's weird to see something so just popular so fast. Like this
Yeah.
isn't like Minecraft wasn't even this popular that fast.
No, that took a while to build.
So yeah, it's like, will it kind of fizzle out real quick this as fast as it like got here, or
Right.
you know, will
I think it'll definitely drop, but there are so many people who love Pokemon. I think it will still make them money for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Now the
Yeah.
money is where are they getting money from? It's in
you can buy
Yeah.
Pokeballs and
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Like I know Shannon hasn't bought anything yet. At least I don't think she has. But yeah,
Ah.
there's tons of ways for you to spend money in that game.
Because you can get everything pretty much free except for like bag space extenders and things like that. But the rest you can, if you just spend the time and go to the Pokestops, you can get it free. But it's like I haven't spent money yet, but I definitely know I will. Just because I've been on the edge of like not having Pokeballs, and I'm like, well, do I want to drive to a Pokestop and like sit there for 10 minutes to get a couple, 6 balls?
Right. And how much money would that cost you? in
Or do I want to
gas?
throw a buck in for, 10 or 20 or something?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hit you over the head with that stuff.
It'll be interesting for me. I'll have to probably report back. Right now, I've not had. I mean, I have it on the phone, but I have not really messed with it. Kids found out about it today for the first time, so it might be something we go do a walk and see what we catch on the weekend, and
Yeah.
that'll spark some more interest in it down the line. Or maybe it'll just. Right now, it doesn't seem like the sort of thing that I can personally get into, but maybe with the kids pushing, I will.
That's one bummer with our son because he's been pretty into the card game, and he found out about it, and he has an iPad but he doesn't have a phone, so he's kind of can't play right now.
Can he tether to y'all?
Yeah, I could hotspot and he could do some of that. So
That's how my son has to play. So
he could at least get going. So I'm probably gonna do that.
I think I about hit a kid on the side of the road who was looking for Pokemon.
Yeah,
Probably.
There's so many stories. Like I just read about one right before we started about 2 guys. I don't know how old they were, but they fell off a cliff.
Riding segways, catching Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. They're not dead, but they had to be like life flighted. And you heard about one of the vice presidents of Yelp at the Grand Canyon?
Really?
No.
She was there like on a trail, and I don't know if you've ever been to Grand Canyon, but some of those trails are super narrow. No, she wasn't even playing Pokemon. What am I thinking? She just fell. It made me think. Never mind.
This is the Falls
paused
podcast.
to let somebody go by, and she tripped over her own feet. I only thought of that because I saw that people fell off a cliff.
And this was the CEO of Yelp?
No, she was like a vice president, like a regional.
Oh,
vice
nobody
president.
then. Okay.
Vice President alive or dead?
She's dead.
Joe Biden.
Uncle Joe is still alive.
Inconceivable!
Exactly. No, yeah, the kid, I was driving home from work, and I swear that fucker was playing Pokemon Go because there's this kid on a bike on the side of the road going the same direction as me, just swerving in and out. He has phone up in one hand, like trying to steer the bike, looking at the phone.
Was he doing this? Like,
not well, he was just like
or maybe
shaking
like
all over the place. I couldn't tell what he was doing, but he was trying to look at the phone.
Maybe he's
You
having a
hope he's
seizure.
playing, or else he's an idiot.
Yeah, both.
See, if you had been playing in your car, you would know. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, he just saw that freaking
Just push him off the
Rattata."
road and go, get that Snorlax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already like worked its way into companies using it as tools and stuff. Like the company I work for, we've already like looking into our yearly convention where the portals are at the convention, so we can say like hey, we've got Pokemon Go portals at the convention.
Did you hear about T-Mobile?
No.
They just announced that they are going to do a year of free data for the Pokemon app.
Jesus.
I
might have to move over to that.
Like that's and I saw like smaller scale things. There was, I think, Rare posted a screenshot of, I think it was like some sort of like 7-Eleven or convenience store where it said, depending on your Pokemon level, like you can get a free soda, you can get a free pizza. Just come in and show what your level is.
You got to use it while it's here. I mean, my wife posted one and said, "Hey, there's a portal within
people post about like, hey, our restaurant is a spot. So
Yeah, or they're buying lures and throwing them out there for people
Yeah.
that those attract Pokemon in game. So yeah.
crazy.
And and all the Ingress players all crying, so upset. They're like, because now there's all these people to all their little private spots and asking them if they play Pokemon Go, and they're like, no, I'm playing Ingress.
Is that what they said?
Playing GoBots Go.
That is, yeah.
Did you say GoBots?
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Go.
Ingress is the GoBots to Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it was made by the
Oh,
same
but
company,
GoBots
yeah.
were awesome. They were die cast. They
Oh,
weren't
sure.
plastic. Well, I guess they
Yeah.
were plastic, but anyway.
I got mine at Kmart. They were pretty cool.
I love my GoBots. I
It's
tried to
the
get my
big
kids into GoBots. It didn't work.
No, they saw through that.
Yeah, they're like, no, Dad, these are pretty shitty.
Yeah, these feel cheap.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He turns into a shuttle. Look, his legs bend up and his arms bend back. He's a shuttle. That's all it took. Daddy looks like a shuttle before you bend all that crap.
Yeah. I'm sure
Fine.
I broke the second time you're transforming it.
It all looks like an AT-AT.
Fine, go play your damn Yu-Gi-Oh! Sounds like we need a little bump here, like a little
Yeah.
In a world with a podcast about that world with 4 hosts who are out of this world. Go Kart Brothers. Vroom vroom.
I like that he mentioned 4 hosts and all this time that we were supposed to have 4 hosts, and tonight we were going to have 4 hosts again, but we're
Yeah,
still-
we were
There's
close.
3. We're 3. We even have a blank little hole there.
Yeah. Hot.
So, okay, moving on from Pokemon Go, another
NES.
game. Oh,
What?
do what? The mini, yeah, let's talk about that. The NES. It's everybody just gonna waste their $30 on it and call it
60
done?
bucks.
Is it 60?
60
Such a waste
There's
of money.
dollars.
30 games.
Yeah.
30 games, you'll spend 2 seconds playing and realizing how crappy they are these days.
Oh,
and-
whatever. I could play Super Mario Brothers 2 all damn day.
Yeah, underrated.
You could probably do it in a
Right,
browser somewhere. Just
You
search
can
for
do it on
Super
Virtual Console too.
Mario Bros. This reminds me of when like we spent like 2 days driving around Huntsville finding that piece that you had to put on the back of your TV that went from like TV to antenna with the 2 little prong things that you had to actually screw into your antenna hole.
RF adapter.
Yeah, the adapter that goes to the Atari, because
Yep.
we got to my friend's house and he had this Atari with like 50 Atari games. And we're like, holy shit. And we spent like an hour going through each game and playing for 5 minutes. And they was just like, yeah, we should take the adapter back and get our money back. And I
don't
feel
know
like
about
that's
that.
going to be the same thing.
I don't think so. A lot of these, the only bummer to me is a lot of these games that like I already own on Virtual Console on the Wii or Wii U.
See, I don't. The only one I do off of that list is the Punch Out.
Yeah, I have that. I have all the Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3. I think I even have the first one on my 3DS. A couple other ones. I'll probably still buy it. It's really cool. It's a bummer that there's no way to put cartridges in it.
Yeah, but I mean,
But yeah.
look at the costs in that.
Yeah, no, I
Is there
get
a
it.
way
And
to
there
like
are-
update it? Like put in a
Not
card
that
or
we know of yet.
Wi-Fi
Yeah.
or...
I don't know.
I
got
don't-
one. Does it have a USB slot? Can you put?
I have not heard anything past HDMI port.
But on the other hand, there's already those
HDMI.
systems that play retro,
Yeah,
and those work pretty well. I tried one out at this local video game store.
And they
Like,
come with
had
the
one that-
guns.
They had one that will play like NES, SNES, and something else, like all in one, and it worked really well.
And it's like duck ya hunt or something. Like they have every single game that would ever be a Nintendo, but just kind of spelled differently.
No, they would play legit.
It actually says duck hunt.
No, I mean it would play. It didn't. It played actual like old NES carts and Super
Oh.
Nintendo. Like it had
I
slots
thought
that
you
put
were-
all of them in.
I thought you were talking about, like, we have this one toy store, like, in the mall in the back, and if you go there, you can get the system for, like,
Yeah.
$40, and it's got the guns and the paddles, and it's got every game you can ever remember from, like, Nintendo, but they're all just kind of spelled differently or named differently.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
play just the same.
Yeah. No, this is an actual it's an old, like, you put actual video games in it and play it.
There's newer versions like the retro.
Yeah. The retro. I looked at that today. It was like $250 for the latest version, but it plays like so many systems.
I don't know. It's like in this day and age, I've already got so many damn games that I haven't played that are like modern and new and something different, that it's like to go back and spend an hour in like retro land. I don't like the game. I don't know. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I'm just going to do.
Your sense of child wonder is dead, is what you're saying.
It is. The Atari thing killed it for me. Like, now I cannot go back ever again. Like, I tried with Wizardry. Like, I loved Wizardry in the Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Anybody? Huh? Wizardry. Awesome. A friend got it for me for Christmas one year. Like, the whole box set. And I went back and, like, and took the time to install. Shit. It was just shit. This day and age, it was just complete garbage shit. And you can't tell your friend because he was nice enough to, like, try to give you your childhood back.
Your stuff sucks.
It really does. Yeah. And then EverQuest. Do I need to go and talk about EverQuest next? No. Okay.
I thought you had fun playing that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This Retron 5 plays NES, SNES, Super Famicom, Genesis, Master Drive, Famicom, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy games.
And that's the what?
It's the Retron 5, and it has system cartridge slots for all those different types.
Now, this is some, like, third-party something.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is expensive.
I heard they work fairly, like, yeah, this is $200. They have a ton that will, like, they have, like, a $30 version that plays SNES and NES, and that's like one of the ones I played at the local video game store, and that seemed to work pretty well. I was playing Super Mario World on it, and it seemed like pretty perfect.
So, but where do you get these carts now?
Like you'd have to either buy them online or a used game store. There's one that opened up right by us. That actually, next time you're up, Steve, I want to take you to it. Hopefully, it's still open. But they have a shitload of old games, and they're reasonably priced.
There used to be a few places in town for that, but now the one I actually used to work for a local chain of stores years back. They closed up a handful of years ago, but there's one place that opened up, and I do want to swing back by there at some point because they seemed to be getting a lot of stuff in, and they had a huge section of old games in there.
Yeah, I found a Night Trap, like Sega CD
really
there, and I thought about buying it because I don't have my old one. But
I need to swing back in there. I want to get some more Saturn and Dreamcast games.
Yeah, that's where I was getting tempted because I never had a Saturn, and they had ones that weren't too expensive there and a bunch of games. I actually never had a Super Nintendo. I'd like to buy one.
Really? That's one of my favorite consoes.
I know, that's one.
First.
I had a Genesis growing up, and for some reason I just never got. I had a NES and then a Nintendo 64, but I missed a Super Nintendo for some reason. But I'll get this Nintendo one. $60. Yeah.
Sure.
The price seems a little high to me, but
Does it? For all those games?
yeah,
Anyways.
because the games to me is a byproduct. Like, that costs them absolutely nothing to put those games on there. It should be all the games that they can put on there.
It comes with one of the old paddles, like game pads, though.
Yep.
$30. That's what it should be. $30. Stocking stuffer.
I've already mentioned it online a couple times, but the size of that and everything and the look of it, I kind of want to buy one and then remove the guts from it and use it separately, but then use the case as a Raspberry Pi shell.
Oh, I saw you tweet
that's
that.
cool.
To make an NES emulator out of it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. See, that'd be worth $60.
Huh?
See, that's worth $60.
Just to use the shell.
Yeah. Like, I think if it was just, I don't know. If it was, I don't know. It may be kind of cool, kind of like if they threw in like some Chromecast features, and I could like get rid of my Chromecast and use this to like have those games plus Netflix, and maybe that would put a little sail into it.
What's that?
I wonder if the buttons in the front work,
I don't know.
because they were like switches, like push-in switches.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, at least the power one was, and the reset was a non-locking like switch. So
Yeah. I would
Well,
assume the power one works because they still have the spot there for the red light.
I don't know. Eager to see.
I don't know. I think it's cool that Nintendo's trying something like this, because then maybe they'll go other directions with this type of stuff. And maybe, like you said, Brent, maybe they'll add, maybe they'll make a Super Nintendo version that has other features with it and some ability to go online or something. But I think it's neat.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and sadly enough, in the end, I'll probably get one too.
Yeah.
At least for the
It seems
kids.
like Nintendo's like weird, crazy year. They threw Pokemon Go out there, and I've probably done above and beyond what anybody expected for them. And
Oh God, their stock went up a crazy amount.
yeah, and then with the little system coming out, and it'll probably sell like crazy, because I've not seen anybody really scoff at the idea of it. Then they have potentially an X coming out at the end of the year, and because it's Nintendo.
It's next year.
Oh, is it next year?
Yeah, it's early next year, I believe. It's like February, like around then is the target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then they're
This will help them through the holiday season, though.
yeah, totally.
Did they put a release date on it?
Yeah, it's this fall. They did.
Oh, cool. So in time for Christmas. Good.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's perfect. I mean, that gives you the excuse to get it for one reason or another, right?
That is a stocking stuffer if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's like an easy gift that someone will like. Even if they don't play it a ton, it is definitely neat.
Cool.
Cool. So is anybody still playing Overwatch?
I haven't been, but I'm getting eager to play some more, especially with is it Anna or Anna announcement?
Anya
Pronounced Canada.
Canada. That's odd. Yeah, that'll be coming out, and that'll be a very interesting class.
Yeah, I love support, but I'm not the best sniper, so I'm interested in trying it out though.
Yeah, it's funny. I was telling my son about it today because he was playing Overwatch and he saw the picture of her, and he said something about that being a new character. And I go, yeah. I go, she's a healer, but shoots people to heal them. And he just looks at me. He's like, oh, I want to play that.
Oh fuck! Is that what he said?
I've got a hit.
Shit, Dad.
Yeah, it's Anna. Anna.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
just didn't know if it was pronounced Anna or Anna.
Yeah, I haven't played a bunch, but I haven't played much of anything just because Shannon and I both got sick, and I'm finally now better. She's still hacking up like crazy.
Gross.
But I want to try to play this week.
What level are you guys?
I'm low.
70-ish.
Okay.
You're like what, like 190? I think I
No,
saw.
not
Like some
no.
crazy.
I think just hit 80.
80.
So, and you about same pace there, Brent.
You're about to get your star.
Have you been playing competitive?
I have a little bit. I don't know. Like, it feels like I just lose one, win one, lose one, win one, and I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of be stuck in this number forever.
Playing competitive is honestly, I think, half of the reason why I haven't been playing Overwatch. The other half being that I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online. But the competitive being half of it is, I got placed when I did all my placement matches. I got placed 51st or rank 51. Sorry. And then I won like the next 3 games afterwards. So I think I'm either 54 or 55 right now. And I don't want I don't want to screw it up
Nice.
because it was such a good streak. And they were all really good. It's like, fuck, this is all gonna go downhill from here. So
that's good. I'm stuck in the like between 42 and 44.
yeah.
Just keep bouncing between the 3. And you get these people that I don't know, it's also like the excuse for people just to
Shit on
yell at
everybody.
each other. But only at the end of the match. I'm like, why weren't y'all this fucking vocal while we were playing? We might have won. Like y'all do understand that communication is key to this game.
It's easier for people to bitch after and blame other people.
Yeah.
We would have won if.
Yeah. I carried you all.
Yeah.
This is why I turn off all chat almost all the time.
So now, since we haven't talked in quite a while, now that the game has been out for a while, have your favorite characters changed at all? Like, have you started playing something else other than what you originally were obsessed with?
I play more Junkrat than I used to play. He's become
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Me too.
But I still love Reinhardt because I feel like I'm always waiting to see, okay, is someone going to be a tank? And if they're not, I usually grab Reinhardt.
Yeah, I was mostly healer to begin with, and I still probably my most played character is Lucio, but I have been playing a lot more of Junkrat, and I've been messing with the defensive heroes and Reinhardt, and that I'm not anywhere near as good as Brent with Reinhardt, but he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say I'm good. I'm way too over
I've seen you
aggressive.
play. You're way better than I am.
I'm like at their spawn. Like, I think I pushed a little too far. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be dead in a second.
So I've been playing. My favorite character is still Junkrat by far, but it's one of those things that, especially in competitive, I don't want to play something that's not needed, and it seems like there's fucking always somebody that picks him like immediately. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna double pick him and be that asshole. So I'll go play something else that's more useful. And I've ended up playing a lot of Zenyatta.
I love Zenyatta, and I heard people bitching about him.
No, he's of the supports. I would rather play him.
Super solid and like kind of a balanced.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
support
killer.
hero. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's my second favorite healer, and I play him probably the most next to Lucio.
Yeah. You like those fat beats though?
Fuck yeah! I got the hockey outfit jersey for him. It's pretty sweet. Yeah,
Nice.
I got the silver frog one.
yeah.
Well, then we need to next let's see, Wednesday, Overwatch Wednesdays. Next Wednesday, if we get enough people, we'll do some more custom games because those are so much fun just to be able to jack the rules around.
Yeah.
And do just
jack it.
crazy stuff like
Fucking jacket.
And I love just like changing the rules and like no one knows what's gonna happen until they come out of the spawn and they're like, well, okay, what just happened? Why do I only have 25 hit points?
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
So we'll do that next Wednesday. Everybody show up.
I'll try, but the early mornings, I'm usually in bed by 9.
Bed by 9. Maybe we should move it up an hour to 8 to 9.
I think we can do that. I'll check with Shannon. Hopefully she's done fucking coughing. I can hear her from downstairs.
Installing Windows.
I don't coughing away.
You're gonna have to end up getting a new computer if it goes to Windows 10, I think.
Well, she's about due anyway, and I'm afraid I'm gonna go upstairs and the whole thing's fucked. I'm like, oh, we gotta get her a new computer now.
There'll be parts all over.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Don't talk too loud, or she may help out with that.
Yeah, she needs a new one.
Yeah,
that one's lasted her a long, long time.
I think she would have probably liked Black Desert Online a little bit better for.
Actually, that ran super well on her computer, so that's
Really?
not the problem. Yeah.
Damn.
You still playing, Brent?
I log in every few days to just try to keep a timer going, but there's not really. Until I play with like people, once you get over 50, you really need a group.
Yeah.
to go do shit. So I'm pretty much done with it until if something happens. I mean, there's like and it kills me because it's like they just threw ninjas in there now. And there's like other classes and the siege stuff's going on, and it's like they're super active about adding new stuff like all the time. And it's just like Overwatch.
Yeah.
And now Pokemon Go.
Quick. The instant gratification game.
And more podcasts, because that means next week we'll be starting the Overwatch podcast, and tomorrow we'll be starting the Pokemon Go podcast. So
Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
So be listening to those.
I don't know if there's enough hours in the day for me to listen.
Still doing the Smite?
Do it while you run. No, Smite's on hiatus till next year. I haven't played. Like, I try to log into Smite too, just every once in a while, just to, because I still love the game. It's just Overwatch. If you need a short game, it's so easy to jump in for under 10 minutes. Where Smite, you're going to need at least 15 to 30. So it's a little bit more difficult. I did jump into Paladins.
Yeah,
and I had a lot of fun in one of the Paladins match. But it was a new character called Bomb King. Played a lot like Junkrat.
Really?
And it was fun, but it was only 2 matches, so I can't really give it too much credence until I go play for a few more. I think. I feel like they need more maps.
I haven't played in a long time. I need to check it out to see where it's at now.
And it's one of those tough things because it's like, well, you've got Overwatch and you've got Paladins. They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one do you end up playing? The one that the rest of your friends are playing, or the one that it takes 10 minutes to get a match?
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Did I sell that one?
Yeah, they should put that on the box. That's a box quote.
Need a bigger box.
Bigger box. Get into the box. So, is that it? We got any other topics? Anything happened this week?
No. I don't think so. Good to be back.
Easy in.
Yeah.
Nice short show. I guess it's been almost an hour.
Yeah, I gotta go see what's going on with this computer. I'm worried.
Well, it's good to have you back, Slurmsy. Steve. Yep. I don't know why I throw a Y on there.
I don't either.
You're welcome.
Hockey players do that with nicknames.
Did they?
That's
Yeah,
right, Jason.
Red Wings, they always did.
That was my team.
Yeah.
But only for the year I lived with a Canadian. Actually, he wasn't
sense.
a Canadian. He lived in Michigan. But
okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. He just sounded like a Canadian. It always.
Well, we're close.
Oh, you know Casey?
Yeah.
That's cool.
At our Michigan Canada parties.
That's awesome. Well, and with that, why don't we just do this?
Fuck yeah.
Or not. Maybe we'll do this instead.
Oh, well, who wants to live forever?
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Hoo-ah! Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
Bye.